honeys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another bun. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Sandi Jarquin and welcome to my beauty space. So for today's video, you guys, I'm gonna be doing a taking your makeup from day to night. So definitely like on Thursdays, like today's Thirsty Thursday. And then tomorrow is Friday, and then we are at the weekend. So if you do work during the weekend or Thursday and Fridays and then you want to take your makeup to nighttime, then this is definitely going to be a video for you. So I already have my eyebrows already done. I am using, I don't know where I left it, oh here it is, my Benefits Cut Brow in the shade 3.5. This is the I consider it a pomade, but I think they call it a gel. I don't know, I think it's a pomade. And normally for my brows, I start to I start to clean up my brows, again using, as per usual, my Born This Way concealer. So normally for my brows, I just like to go ahead and just, as per usual, nothing different, but we're only gonna take it down just like this. I've been loving using this brush to blend out my concealer ever since I did the Mario look. So it's the Morphe E30, and and my concealer brush is the, per usual, on the Sigma concealer brush, the E75, F75. Use code Sandi for 10% off. So just like that, very subtle. This makeup look would also be really good if you guys work at an office, but you don't want to look too heavy. So for the eyes today, super minimal because remember we're going to work. So I'm gonna go actually in, and it's the only palette we're going to use today. It's the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I'm gonna go into actually burnt orange and a little bit of orange soda and a little bit of burnt orange. So I'm just gonna go in, sorry, I can't get my life together, go into these two. And then basically just as our transition shade, I'm using a Morphe M441, just like that. Go back in, grab some more. Also throughout this video, you guys, when I come back and do the nighttime look, showing you guys some tips on how to blot your face if you've been out all day working and then coming home, how to blot your foundation and how to make it look like you just put it on again. So I'm going to show you guys some touch-up tips too. Okay, so like that, and then I'm going to go into this shade again, or orange soda. I'm going to go into orange soda, same brush, and I'm going to apply it only on the lid. I'm not going to add any shimmer because later on tonight, I'm going to switch it and apply shimmer colors later for my more nighttime look. So for this look, we basically just want to keep it very, very matte and simple. Going into my Morphe M431, this is a pencil brush, and I'm going to go into Glistening, which is this shade right here, and I'm just going to apply it in my inner corner, so that way, see how that just brightens up my eye, and it's like I'm awake, especially if you have an early morning shift, you want to look awake. Okay, so now for my eyes, I'm not going to be wearing no lashes. You totally can. You can put on your false lashes and then take them off when you get home, but I just feel like for me personally, I don't like to wear false lashes when I would go to work, just because I feel like when I come home and I take them off, like my eyes just feel tired, they feel heavy, like I don't want to wear any more lashes. So during the day, I just kind of let my eyes rest for a little bit. Then for mascara, I'm going to go into my CoverGirl Exhibitionist waterproof mascara. Now I like to wear a waterproof mascara throughout the day because I don't like any transfer, and it just lasts a lot longer. So now for skin, you guys, I'm going to go into my Full Spectrum CoverGirl Matte Ambition Mattifying Skin Primer. You really want to get a really good primer, or if you don't wear any primer, it's totally okay. There's a lot of people that don't like primer and their makeup still lasts a long time. For me personally, I have oily skin in my T-zone, so I do need a little bit of protection in my T-zone. And then for foundation, you guys, I'm going to go into, of course, my Dose of Colors foundation, Meet Your Hue in the shade 112. Now, I definitely want a foundation that is going to last all day, and a foundation that I don't have to worry about, you know, it lifting, cracking, or looking too cakey throughout the day. So I'm only gonna be applying a little bit, not a lot of layers. So I'm just gonna do 2 pumps on my hand, and I'm gonna use those 2 pumps for my full face. I really like using this foundation with a sponge. It works really, really good. I like it. And then for concealer, I'm gonna go into my Milani, the shade 120 Light Vanilla. This is the Conceal Imperfect concealer, but I am actually gonna go into 2 concealers. First, this one. Still using my sponge. I'm gonna blend that out. Gonna go back into that brush and just blend this out because I don't want it to go like too over my nose. This really helps to really blend that out and not get too crazy. Now I'm gonna go into my conceal number 3 from KKW Beauty. I do have some more of this one. I'm just out of my number 6. I'm just gonna place it like this, just like go back into my beauty sponge and just have this on deck in case I need it, just to add some more brightness. Okay, so once you've done that, I'm gonna go into my AIRSPUN, and the one that I use, you guys, is called Naturally Neutral. And for me, I still like to bake just because I want my makeup to last all day because we're gonna go out at night, you know. But I still do this for like a everyday no makeup look until I get like really, really flawless skin and I can just like use like kind of like nothing. That would be the day, but for now I like coverage. So for bronzer, I'm gonna keep it very light-handed and very light because we're gonna build it up towards the second half of the makeup tutorial. So I'm gonna go into this small little Bahama Mama bronzer by the BALM Cosmetics. And I'm just going to warm up my face just a little bit. We don't want to overdo it. And then with whatever you have remaining left on your brush, I like to go ahead and just go on the sides of my nose. Just a little bit because I don't want it to be super contoured. For blush, I'm going to go into my Sigma Cor de Rosa or Aura Powder Face Blush. So this is what I'm going to go into. Super pretty blush. And I'm going to go into my Sigma F10 brush for blush. Now the powder, you guys, I'm just going to dust it off. Okay, so now to set my brows, I'm going to go into my Kai Brow Gel, and I'm going to just set them really quick. Some more mascara towards the bottom lashes. For the lips, you guys, I'm going to go into my Charlotte Tilbury. This is her lip pencil called Lip Cheat. And just going to overline it a little bit. And then for gloss, I'm gonna go into my Dominique Cosmetics in this lip gloss called Peach Tea. So this is what I'm gonna go in. I got this in my BoxyCharm box a few months ago. And I really like it as a gloss. All right, you guys, so that is it for this makeup look for now, because then we're gonna transition into our nighttime glam. But this is what I normally would wear if I were to work at an office. So I'm gonna go ahead and run some errands because I have things to do today, and then I'm gonna come back here and then I'm gonna show you guys how to touch up your makeup, and then we're gonna transition into a nighttime glam. Yeah, if you guys are gonna go to work after this, have a beautiful day, and then I'll see you guys in the nighttime, which it would be right now. So yeah. All right, you guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and transition into the nighttime glam and do some touch-ups. So I did pull my hair down. I straightened these front pieces here. Let's be honest, not the back, because this is only the front that's important. I'm not gonna lie. And then I also just changed my top to something a little bit more fancier than what I was wearing earlier. Now we're gonna go ahead and start off with the eyes actually first, and then we will do the skin later. So again, remember, we're gonna go into our Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we have all these beautiful shades that you can definitely transition into a nighttime look. Now, since this palette is a Soft Glam palette, I want to stay in the Soft Glam eye look. So we're gonna go back to the brushes that we did use earlier, and then I'm gonna go into the Morphe M441. Remember, the one that we used to apply our transition shades. So for right now, I'm gonna go back into Burnt Orange, which is the shade right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and place it and warm it up a little bit more in my crease, just to darken it up just a little bit more. And then remember, whatever you have left on your brush, just smoke it up into the brows. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go into my Morphe M507 brush, and I'm gonna be picking up this color called Rustic, which is that nice brown shade, and we're gonna go ahead and just smoke out, I already started doing it, but the outer corner of our eye, focusing it more towards the outer corner. And then going back to your Morphe M441, just blend that out. I did put some translucent powder here. If we have fallout, we can just wipe it away. And then you guys, I'm gonna go into the shade Nowhere, which is that nice matte black, and we're gonna place it towards the outer corner too, as close to the lash line as you can. And I'm using padding, and then we'll blend back and forth like this, but try to keep it really close to the lash line only. Then I'm gonna go into the shade called Cypress Umber, which is that nice dark brown, and I'm going to start to warm up my lower lash line with it too. And then you kind of want to connect it to the top, but once you get to this side right here, just release pressure. Go back to Cypress, and then just kind of go all the way to the inner corner. It might look a little crazy, but trust me, it will all come together. And now I'm going to go into my Urban Decay Perversion Waterproof eyeliner. Now, I'm going to go into this one. I know that I said that I don't like it because it's shiny, but it's totally okay because since I'm going to be layering it with the dark or the black eyeshadow on top, so it won't give us that shiny outcome. But I really like this because it's waterproof and it's not going to go anywhere. So what we want to do, you guys, is try to keep it as close to the lash line, and we want to make it skinny, so we don't want it to be super overpowering. Then you guys, we're going to go ahead and take some down here, and then it's like you're going to be creating a wing liner. And then you guys, I'm going to go into my Sigma angled brow brush, the E75, and taking the color Nowhere, which is that nice matte black shadow, and I'm going to go ahead and smoke this upwards like this. Now I'm going to go back into my Morphe M507 brush, go into a little bit of Cypress Umber, that nice dark brown color, and then just pat, and you want to just make sure that it's all blended. Having very detailed brushes make such a huge difference, you guys, when it comes to doing eye looks like this, because the smaller the brush, the better. So I'm going to go into the shade called Fairy, this color right here, and I'm going to go into my MAC 239, I believe is what it's called, with absolutely no Fix Plus. I'm just gonna go ahead and place it right on top, so for it to look just like this. And then I'm gonna go into my M507 brush and just blend this out, so that way we don't lose the smokiness. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna go back into the liner, and I'm gonna start to connect it as well towards the inner corner. And then now that it's a little bit in my skin or on my skin towards the inner corner, then we'll go ahead and transition and apply it into the waterline. So be very careful not to get this in your eye because it will burn and then your whole eye will turn black. Or you can always, instead of going in with this, you can go in with a cream instead. So you want to get it as close to your lashes and kind of avoiding like the inside area of your eye. And then I'm going to go back into that Sigma brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of Cypress Umber in that black shade called Nowhere. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then we'll go under here and just set it. Going back to the Morphe M507, I'm going to pick up a little bit more of Rustic and a little bit of Burnt Orange, and then just smoke out the lower lash line. Just like this. And now I'm going to go ahead and put on my lash. And I think I'm going to go into this pair right here. Now, I do have already mascara on my eyes, so I don't want to add too much on the top just because we're going to go in with these false lashes. And if I remember which lash style this is, I'll link it down below for you guys. I'm sorry, I need to actually be more organized and put my lashes with the names because I always forget. So for this skin, my foundation still looks pretty good. I've had this foundation on for about like 5 to 6 hours or so. So I personally feel like it still looks really good. So the only thing that I'm going to do is because I did accidentally scratch my nose on this side right here. So you can see a little bit of separation. So I'm going to go into the Born This Way concealer. Just a tiny bit to be honest. And I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to use my finger and just tap a little bit of product just like that, so that way you don't put too much product and then it starts to look really cakey. It's only for those areas like if you do have blemishes like on your cheeks and you feel like you can still see a little bit of redness peeking through, then this is a really great tip to cover that up. What I do is I do go back into my dirty beauty blender, sorry, beauty sponge. I always do this whenever I go out to like a quinceañera or a wedding and I feel like I need to touch up like any areas where my foundation accidentally separated. So in this case right now, it's normally around my nose where I have to like touch up. Now when it comes to this, you definitely only want to pat. So you never want to go like this because you're going to take off all of your makeup. Now it's important, you guys, that you use the sponge damp. Do not get it wet, just use it as how you left it. Using the sponge like this, if there's any foundation left on the sponge, it can actually help blend out any areas that have lifted from the foundation. I know it's kind of gross, but it does work. So just like that, and it looks a little bit better. So now what I do, you guys, is I take a tissue paper with me. So I do have tissue paper in my car. Whenever I feel oily, honestly right now with the Dose of Colors foundation, like it doesn't make me feel oily, but I will still blot a little bit. Like if you're dancing or if you're a bride and you cry, and you grab a tissue paper and just go like this. And you just wanna pat the areas where you feel a little bit oily. So look how bomb this foundation is, you guys. Like I don't even have that much oils. So I'm gonna go into my KKW Beauty contour palette, and I'm gonna go into these, I'm gonna go into these two shades right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and touch up some more areas where I want to look a little bit more bronzy. And then with whatever I have left, I will go ahead over my nose just to bronze it up a little bit more. Okay, so now that's done. I'm gonna go into my Makeup Forever. This is the translucent powder. So with this powder, you guys, I love it. It's a travel size. It's like más chiquito. It can go into my purse. It can go anywhere in my car if I need to. And only grab a little bit of powder. You're only gonna go in and set the areas after you had blotted, and just dust it all over your skin or the areas where you feel like they're more oily. And you can use whatever translucent powder that you want. Normally I don't go into, powder foundation. I normally don't like to go into that because then you tend to look a little bit more cakey. So I've always felt like the translucent powders work a lot best. And now we are matte again. All right guys, I'm gonna go into my CoverGirl Exhibitionist Waterproof Mascara. And I'm just gonna apply it a little bit more. Then for lips, I'm gonna go into my Morphe lip pencil in the shade Bite Me, and then my liquid lipstick in the shade Taunt, which is definitely my go-to lip products. I got some chola lips going on. Alright guys, so now that the lips are done, I'm gonna go into my Milani Make It Last setting spray. Alright you guys, so this is the final look for the nighttime look. So super easy, you guys saw. Of course, remember, everything takes practice. So if you really want to master the smoked out liner, definitely practice. It took me a very long time, to be honest. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video. Remember that when it comes to touching up your skin, if you feel like you need to touch up some certain areas around the nose, use your finger to apply the concealer, so that way you prevent any cakiness around the nose or any other area of your face, your blemishes. Also, just do some tapping and that's it. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, please comment down below and let a girl know, and I will answer them for you. Of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for, girl? Hit that little subscribe button. There's also a little notification bell right next to that. Click that and it's going to notify you every time that I upload a video here on YouTube. And of course, if you do recreate this look, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your guys' recreations and post you on my IG stories. That was a lot to say. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. Besitos, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.